Hey Fierce Queens, welcome back to Drive for Success, where we don't just play by the rules, we rip them up and write our own. Today we're tearing into something that'll light your soul on fire, 7 things that make men instantly respect you. This isn't about tiptoeing into their world or begging for crumbs. It's about smashing every expectation they've ever pinned on you and rising up on your terms. Let's burn this down and build it back, together. First, you stop apologizing for existing. This is about defying that ancient, suffocating pressure to shrink, to soften, to make yourself small so everyone else feels big. Society's been whispering this forever. Be agreeable. Don't rock the boat. Keep the peace even if it costs you everything. But why? So they can stay comfortable while you're choking on their approval? That's the trap, and you're done with it. When you walk into a space and refuse to dim your light, the whole game changes. Men, people, the room, they notice. Not because you're screaming, but because you're done playing by their script. You're not here to tiptoe or beg for a nod. You're here to exist fully, fiercely, without a single sorry unless you damn well mean it. Think about it. Someone interrupts you mid-sentence. Again, old you smiles, lets it slide, maybe even apologizes for speaking. New you? You hold your ground, look them dead in the eye, and finish what you started, calm and unshakable. Or you're out, and someone says, "You're too much." Old you laughs it off, shrinks a little. New you grins, "Yeah, I am, and that's why I'm here." No retreat. The air shifts. They're rethinking you. That's not luck, that's power. This isn't about being rude. It's about unlearning the reflex to make yourself less. How many times have you said sorry for nothing? For someone bumping you, for asking a question, for just being? It's a habit we're taught, and it's exhausting. Men sense when you're handing over your strength, piece by piece. When you stop, when you stand tall without that shield, they can't help but see you anew. Imagine her. She walks into a meeting, doesn't shrink under the stairs, doesn't soften her words. Someone tries to talk over her, she keeps going. Quiet fire burning. They don't have to love it, but they feel it. And that's clarity, and it's magnetic. This is redefining success, tossing the idea that it's about being liked, being easy, being the good girl. It's your rebellion. No more sorry for chasing your own legacy. Catch yourself about to apologize for no reason and ask, am I wrong or just scared of being too much? It's usually the second. And that's your strength. Second, you speak like your words are fire. This is about kicking the expectation that you should soften your voice, hedge your thoughts, tiptoe around the truth to keep it safe. We're told to be quiet, polite, cushion our ideas so they don't sting. But when you speak with conviction, when you let your words blaze with what you believe, men can't look away. It's not about volume, it's about owning it, stripping the fluff, letting your voice hit hard. Picture her at a family dinner, loud opinions flying, someone cuts her off, she leans in, steady as steel, finishes her point, no apologies, no maybe I'm wrong. She doesn't yell. She doesn't need to. Her words carry because she believes them. And that's a spark that lights up everything. Or at work, a meeting buzzing, usual voices dominating. She speaks clear, direct, cuts through like a blade. This is what I see, this is what we do. No wavering. They turn, they're not used to it. But they can't ignore it. That's fire, not aggression. Certainty. We're taught to qualify. I think, I feel, I'm not sure. Like we're auditioning to be heard. It's a cage built from years of being secondary, waiting our turn. When you ditch that, when you say it straight and let it land, you're not asking, you're claiming. Men feel that shift. A woman who speaks like that isn't just heard, she's etched in their minds. Imagine a debate. Chaos, opinions clashing. Old you waits, nods, slips in quiet. New you steps in. Here's where you're wrong and why. Calm, but alive. The guy across blinks. He expected the sidestep, not the blaze. He might push, but he respects it. Why? You didn't back down from you. This is redefining success. Success isn't staying quiet or letting your ideas fade. It's standing in your truth, letting it burn, watching the world adjust. Think of women you admire. They spoke with heat, not always loud, but real. Every time you're about to soften, strip it back. Say it like it's true, because it is. Next, you chase your own empire. This is about defying the expectation that you should lean on someone else to carve your path, define your worth, or hand you success. The world's been shoving this at us forever. Wait for their approval. Rely on a partner, a boss, a system to prop you up. Measure your life by how well you slot into their blueprint. But chasing your own empire, that's a rebellion that rewrites everything. It's grabbing the reins, building something that's yours, your dreams, your grind, your legacy, and not glancing back to see if they're cool with it. When you do that, men don't just respect you, they have to face you head on. They see a woman who doesn't need their permission, who's forging her own space. And that independence, it's a force they can't shrug off. Picture her. She's done waiting for the right moment to launch her thing. Maybe it's a hustle. She's growing. Maybe it's a career leap. Everyone called crazy. She doesn't beg for a cosign. She starts. Late nights, messy tries, flops she doesn't post about, but she keeps moving. She's not banking on someone else's cash or thumbs up to feel steady. Or think of a single mom, raising kids, working, chasing a degree, because she's hell-bent on rewriting her future. No one's tossing her the keys. She's hammering them out herself. That's an empire, not because it's loud, but because it's hers. Men see that grit, that refusal to settle, and it lands different. It's not about them, it's about her, and they can't unsee it. This expectation we're breaking is sneaky as hell. We're told our success should come with a crutch, depend on a partner's paycheck, a family's boost, a stable gig that kills your soul. Independence gets pitched as cute, optional, not vital. But what if it's the baseline? What if chasing your empire is the non-negotiable? That's the defiance saying, I don't need your ladder, I'll build mine. And when you do, they notice. A woman who's got her own back, stacking her own bricks, radiates something fierce. It's not borrowed, it's earned, and that's a tongue respect speaks. Imagine you're in a crew where everyone's coasting. Same job, same ruts, same excuses. Then you say, nah, I'm doing this. Maybe it's moving cross-country with no net but a hunch. Maybe it's ditching the 9 to 5 to freelance because you're done trading your life for their dream. You're terrified. Who isn't? But you don't stop. You scrape, you fail, you rise. The men around you, the ones who had you pegged, watch. They see you betting on yourself, not for claps, but for you. One might say you're nuts, but there's a glint. He's impressed. Not because you're flawless, but because you're fearless. This is redefining success. Success isn't a husband's raise, a boss's pat, a life that looks good but feels dead. It's the messy, gutsy thing you create when you stop waiting for their go. Think of women who've marked you. They didn't follow the script. They chased something, art, justice, a family, on their terms. That's the rebellion, refusing to be a footnote in their story. Every time you're tempted to lean back, to let someone else carry it, ask, what's my empire? What am I building? It doesn't need to be huge, it just needs to be yours. That's the pulse, the thing that makes men pause and rethink you. It's not their world, it's the one you're making. Then you draw your lines in stone. This is about defying the expectation that you should always bend, always give, always smooth the cracks, even if it means choking down your own needs or pride. The world's been hammering this into us forever. Be the peacemaker. Say yes when your gut screams no. Let it slide so no one's uneasy. Except you. But drawing your lines in stone, that's a rebellion that redraws the map. It's about setting boundaries so clear, so solid, they're not up for negotiation. Not with a man, not with anyone. When you do that, respect doesn't just seep in, it slams through. Men see a woman who knows her worth isn't a bargaining chip, who's not afraid to plant her feet, and that hits them like a freight train. Not because you're scrapping, but because you're unbreakable. Imagine it, you're at work and they pile on more, again, when you're already stretched thin. The old way says grin, nod, break yourself to keep them happy. But you look them dead on and say, I can't take that on. Cool as a rock, no give. You're not harsh, you're just done folding. Or picture a friend who keeps jabbing, little digs dressed as laughs. You've brushed it off before, but now you say, that's not okay with me. Steady, no backtrack, the air tightens, they might fidget, might test it, but they feel that line. It's not soft, it's stone. And that's when they start seeing you not as someone they can nudge, but as someone they have to square up to. And this expectation we're crushing runs bone deep. We're taught our values and how much we can take, how much we can give without snapping. Saying no feels like a crime. Like if we don't keep it all spinning, we're failing. It's in our wiring. Don't fuss, don't be tough, don't tip the scales. But every yes you force when you mean no chips at you. You're handing over your strength. And men, people pick up on it. They don't always mean to push, but they do. When you plant that line, I won't stay late, I won't take that tone, they can't gloss over it. It's not about being loved, it's about being respected. And respect digs in when they know you're not bluffing. Think of her, she's at a dinner, some guy mansplaining her own gig back to her. She doesn't nod, doesn't shrink to keep it light. She cuts in, I know this, let's move on, voice like iron. The table hushes. He might laugh, but he's rattled. He's not used to that wall. Or she's negotiating. They lowball her, expecting her to grab it with a smile. She doesn't. That's not enough, she says, and walks if they don't step up. That's stone, not drama, strength. Men don't have to like it, but they can't dismiss her. They see someone who won't budge. And that's a power that echoes. This is redefining success. Success isn't being the yes woman, the one who keeps them cozy while you unravel. It's knowing what you'll take, what you won't, and making that a hard stop. Think of women who've stuck with you. They weren't the ones who caved. They had lines no one could cross, and that's what made them tower. Every time you're about to blur your edges, to let it slide because it's simpler, pause, ask, is this worth my yes? If it's not, don't give it. That's the rebellion, refusing to let your life be their playground. So it makes men stop, rethink, and respect you, not because you demanded it, but because you made it clear it's not optional. That's the weight of stone, and it's yours to throw down. After that, you be real, raw, messy you. This is about defying the expectation that you should shape yourself into something shiny, safe, or flawless to match what they want you to be. The world's been pounding this into us forever. Smile when you're shattering, bury your rough spots, play the role, sweet girl, silent supporter, perfect picture. But being real, that's a fist through the glass. Is peeling off the mask, letting your unfiltered, jagged self loose, and standing in that truth without blinking. When you do, men don't just respect you, they're pulled in, not because you're pandering, but because you're done pretending. And that authenticity slices through the clutter like a blade. Think about it. You're at a party, everyone's wearing their best front, fake laughs, empty nods. Then you show up, someone asks how you are, and instead of great, you say, honestly, it's been rough, but I'm here. No gloss, no act, just you. The guy across pauses. He's used to the script, not this. You just dropped something real, and he's off balance. Or at work, brainstorming, everyone's pitching safe bets, you throw yours out. Unpolished, maybe nuts, and you don't care if it fits. This is it, you say, no filter. The jolted, they expect the performance, not the truth. That rawness, it sticks. They feel it, even if they don't speak it. This expectation we're torching is a beast. We're boxed into parts. We're the nurturer, the cheerleader, the one who doesn't crack. We're told to smooth our quirks, hide our doubts, plaster on a grin so no one faces the real stuff. It's suffocating, like squeezing into a skin that doesn't fit. How many times have you swallowed your words, faked a chuckle, or said you're fine when you're burning inside? That's the snare, thinking your worth is in how well you play woman. But when you ditch that, when you roll up as you, flaws, fury, and all, it's a shift. Men see it, and they don't know what to do at first. They're wired for the polish, the facade. A woman who's raw, who doesn't twist to fit their frame, throws them. And that's where respect digs in. Not from perfection, but from refusing to fake it. Picture her. She's at a bar. Some guy tries a lame line. She doesn't giggle, doesn't play cute. She smirks. That's not working. Straight, no fluff. He's stunned but hooked. Not because she's flirting, but because she's real. Or she's telling a story, not the clean cut. She trips, laughs at herself, owns the ugly bits. No one's drifting. They're locked in. Why? She's not curating. She's being. That's raw. Not loud, just human. Men don't have to love it, but they can't dodge it. They see someone who's not hiding, and that's a strength they don't see coming. This is redefining success, how being real isn't about winning their cheers, it's about winning you back. Success isn't the claps for playing nice or the scraps of validation you claw for by being their ideal. It's the freedom of dropping the charade, living in your bones without sorries. Think of women who burned into you. They weren't the ones who faded in. They showed up, scars out, and owned it. Every time you're about to sand yourself down, to hide the grit, stop. Ask, who am I editing this for? If it's not you, let it fall. That's the rebellion. Refusing to be a ghost of yourself. It's what makes men pause, rethink, and respect you. Not because you fit their box, but because you smashed it. That's the power of real, and it's yours to wield. Then you quit begging for their approval. This is about defying the expectation that you should live for their nod, their yes, their seal, to feel like you're worth a damn. We've been fed this garbage forever. Your value's tied to what they think. Your life's legit only if they say so. Your place is shaky unless they sign off. But quitting that chase? That's a rebellion that flips the whole table. It's about deciding their stamp doesn't define you, that you're not here to grovel for their okay, and running your world on your clock, not theirs. When you do that, men don't just respect you, they're forced to rewrite their playbook. You're not waiting for their call anymore, you're the one setting the terms, and that shift, it's a power they can't sidestep. Picture it. You're at work, got a bold idea. Something that could rattle the cage. Old you floats it soft, fishes for their buy-in, tweaks it till they nod. New you drop it unfiltered and let it sit. Now what do you think? Tacked on, no anxious scan for their take. You're not begging, you're laying it out. They might push, might not bite, but they see you're not here for their blessing, or you're out. Some guy's peacocking, expecting you to clap for his strut. You don't. You smirk, sip your drink, keep it moving, no fawning, no fluff. They're rattled. They're used to the validation waltz. When you step out, they're the ones off kilter. This expectation where shredding is a chokehold. We're trained to hunt approval like it's air. Smile so they like you, dull your shine so they're comfy, tweak yourself till they're pleased. It's in the small stuff. Laughing at their lame jokes, staying mute when you've got plenty to say, chasing their good job from a throne that doesn't even see you. It's a tether, and it yanks hard. How many times have you dimmed yourself for that look, that word, that crumb of, you're enough? It's soul draining, and it hands your power over, piece by piece. Men, people, clock it when you're living for their green light. They don't always mean to milk it, but they do. But when you quit, when you stop eyeing them for the go, they're lost for a beat. A woman who doesn't need their okay isn't just free, she's a storm. And that's when they start chasing your nod. Think of her, she's negotiating. Could be a raise, a deal. They toss a low offer expecting her to grab it with a grateful bow. She doesn't. She leans back, That's not it, and waits. No pleading, just quiet steel. They fidget. She's not playing their game. Or she's at a family gig, someone's dishing advice, waiting for her to bend. I've got this, she says, and rolls on. No groveling. The men there, maybe they're irked, maybe they're struck, but they can't brush her off. She's not begging, she's building. That's the flip. They're not the arbiters, she is. And they feel that, even if they won't say it. This is redefining success. Quitting their approval isn't just shaking off their eyes. It's rewriting what counts. Success isn't the claps for fitting their mold, the gold star for being the good girl, or the relief of their "you're okay." It's the second you stop asking and start knowing. Think of women who've seared into you. They weren't waiting for the okay. They moved, they built, they lived, and the world had to run to keep up. Every time you catch yourself bending your words, your walk, your worth for their yes, stop. Ask, whose okay am I chasing? If it's not yours, drop it. That's the rebellion, refusing to let your life swing on their say. It's what makes men blink, rethink, and respect you. Not because you groveled for it, but because you stopped giving a damn if they offered it. That's the switch, and it's yours to throw. Finally, you lift your sisters up. This is about defying the expectation that you should climb alone, claw your way up while leaving everyone else behind, or fit into some cutthroat mold where it's every woman for herself. The world's been pushing this lie forever. Success is a solo gig, a race where you step over others to shine, where your win means someone else's loss. But lifting your sisters up, that's a rebellion that shakes the earth. It's about building a tribe, pulling others along, making a legacy that's bigger than you, because when you rise, you don't leave the rest in the dust, you light the way. When you do that, men don't just respect you, they're awed by you. They see a woman who's not just breaking ceilings, but building ladders. And that kind of leadership, it's a power they can't dismiss. Picture it. Your friend's doubting herself, stuck in a rut. Old you might nod, let her figure it out. New you grabs her hand. You got this, let's move. Or you're at work, a younger woman's killing it, but shy. You call it out. That was fire. Own it. They're used to the lone wolf, not the pack. They see you cheering her win, and it's not just nice. It's fierce. This expectation we're smashing is a trap. We're told to see each other as rivals, fight for the scraps, hoard the spotlight, let jealousy fester. It's in the air. She's up, so you're down. She's loud, so you're quiet. It's a cage that keeps us small, pitted against each other instead of the real fight. How many times have you felt that sting? Her success dimming yours, her voice drowning yours. That's the lie we're taught, and it's poison. When you lift your sisters up, you break that. You don't just rise, you multiply. Men, people feel it when you're not playing their divide and conquer game. They don't always get it, but they see it. A woman who builds a crew isn't just strong, she's unstoppable. And that's when respect turns into something deeper. Think of her. She's not just winning, she's teaching, sharing, pulling others up. Maybe she's running a gig and hires women who've been overlooked, gives them a shot. Or she's in a circle, sees someone struggling, and says, I've been there, here's how I got out. Men around her, maybe they're thrown, maybe they're struck, but they can't ignore it. She's not just a player, she's a builder. Or picture a protest. She's not there alone, she's got her girls, amplifying each other. That's not soft, it's steel. They don't have to cheer, but they feel the weight. This is redefining success. Lifting your sisters isn't about being sweet. It's about rewriting the rules. Success isn't the crown you snatch while others fall. It's the ground you claim together. Think of women who've stuck with you. They didn't hoard their light, they shared it, built something bigger, and that's why they loom large. Every time you're tempted to shrink back, to let her climb alone, stop. Ask, what if we both rise? That's the rebellion, refusing to let their game split us. It's what makes men pause, rethink, and respect you, not because you outran her, but because you brought her with you. That's the ripple, and it's yours to start. So, Queens, is it 7 ways to make men respect you, not by begging or bending, but by breaking every damn expectation they've ever had. You stop apologizing for breathing, speak like your words burn, chase your own empire, draw lines they can't cross, be raw as hell, quit chasing their yes, and lift your sisters high. This isn't about them liking you, it's about them facing you. A woman who's done playing small. You're not here to fit their world, you're here to build yours, and they'll feel it. Every step, every spark. Which of these are you claiming today? Drop it below. I'm here for your fire. Smash that like, share this with your crew, and subscribe. We're not just rewriting respect, we're redefining everything. Let's go.